All right, let's record now this class. The fact is, I just finished the class, but I forgot to record it. So I'm doing it over again. And this time we'll start from Yud Aleph. What the Rebbe is saying here is he's explaining in our service of God, and especially in the main goal of our service to bring Moshiach, exactly what was the difference and what was the purpose of Moses sending 12 spies and Joshua sending just 2. So he said Moses sending the 12 tribes. This is to show that we have to serve God, and especially in order to bring Mashiach, with differences, with using all the different aspects of our personality and all the different types of Jews, stressing the differences between them and the uniqueness. On the other hand, Joshua stresses he sent 2 spies. This is a metaphor for the similarity between serving God in every single Jew and in the Torah as well. The Torah has all these distinctions, all these laws, but there's one unifying factor in the whole Torah, and that is that it comes from God. Same thing the Jewish people, every Jew is different, but the thing that unifies it is all comes from God. The same thing with the commandments. The commandments are all different, but they have one thing in common, that they all come from God. So both of these aspects, both the uniqueness and the difference and the diversion and the multitude, simultaneously with the oneness. And you have to, a Jew has to be in the world, unique. Every situation is unique. Every person is different. Every moment is different. Especially we'll learn about this in the mimer in the morning. Every moment is different. Every moment has its purpose. And that, so everything is different, but simultaneously, so we have to react differently, and there's different commandments and etc. But at the same time, we have to have one common theme, and that is that it's all serving God. And that's the whole idea of coming into the land of Israel. On one hand, coming into the land of Israel, there has to be this one common theme, that it is God's land and we're there to serve God. But on the other hand, there has to be all these differences, the 12 different tribes. And that's symbolized by the 12 different spies that Moses sent in. That's the differentiation and the variations, differences. And the 2 spies that Joshua sent in signifies a unity. Why? Because a person who's really unified serving God, he's only interested in 2 things: what is good, what he should do, and what is bad, what he has to avoid. So even more, the rabbis say that the 2 people that Yeshua sent in were Calev and PINCHAS. Calev and PINCHAS. Who was PINCHAS? PINCHAS we're going to see later on. There's in fact one whole Torah section in just a couple of weeks. It's going to be talking about PINCHAS. Just turn on the air conditioning. Who was Pinchas? Pinchas was not one of the tribes. He was not one of the leaders of the tribes. Pinchas wasn't particularly a warrior. In fact, he was a Levite. Pinchas ben Aaron Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron a Kohen. He was the son of Elazar. He was a Levite, and the Levites, they didn't really occupy themselves in this world so much. They didn't even have a portion in the land of Israel. The land of Israel was divided into 12, and they didn't get a portion because the Levites, their thing was totally being devoted to God. And this hints at the future redemption by means of Mashiach, that the whole world will only be interested in knowing God, and the Levites won't be necessary, so they'll get a portion in the land of Israel. Let's see. The 2 people that Yeshua sent, that's Calev and Pinchas. Calev, he was the only one except for Joshua that he remained faithful to Moses. All the others, they went into the land of Israel, the scouts, and they came back and they said, we can't go in. And Yeshua and Calev, they said, oh, yes, we can. And everybody wanted to stone them. But Calev had a different spirit inside of it. That was Calev. But Pinchas, he was the son of Elazar a Cohen. He was from the tribe of Levi. Why did Joshua send him to see the land? He was from the tribe of Levi. He didn't even have a part in the land, and he wasn't a warrior. The tribe of Levi, they didn't fight battles. They weren't in the army. So maybe we can say the reason is like this, that it says that in the future, the land of Israel is going to be divided into 13 portions. That also the tribe of Levi, they're going to receive a portion. That's what it says in the Gemara. What did Baba Batra is? Lama lo zacho ba Levi. Why did not Levi get a portion of the land of Israel? Let's see if that's right. 1 second. Here we go. 120. Where's this footnote? 120. Baba Batra. See? It's going to bring up a sentence from Ezekiel also. The land of Israel is going to be divided into 13 portions. All of the tribes will get. Joseph will get 2 portions. And Levi will get a portion. Like it's written, and this is in in Ezekiel, that he talks about the third temple. It says, Shar Levi Echad. Levi is going to have his own portion. Why did not Levi get a portion in the land of Israel? Why? Because he was separated just to serve God. His whole thing is not to be occupied in the world, only just to teach the Torah, the laws, to oversee the Jewish people, to inspire them, and to bring them closer to the creator of the universe. That's the purpose of the Torah and his Torah. Like it says, Yorom Mishpatecha LiYaakov, Torah Yisrael. Therefore, Levi, their whole thing is to show laws and the Torah to the Jewish people. They were separated from the rest. They didn't go to war like everybody else, but they are the soldiers of God. Like it says, Beirech Hashem Chelo, that God will bless his income. B'hu Baruch Hu, God will give them merit, like it says, Ani Chelkacha B'Nachal Tzecha. Says all the others, they have a portion in the land of Israel, and Levi has a portion with me, says God. But in the future, when Moshiach gathers all the Jews together, right, makes all the Jews, returns all the Jews to the Torah and mitzvahs, and he builds the third temple, then all the Jews will come back to the land of Israel. And lo and behold, Levi is going to have a portion. When in the future, when it says Bo'oto Yamim, Harbadeya, there's going to be tremendous awareness of God. And everyone will know the truth. Like it says, the world will be filled with the knowledge of God. And then it says that the whole world will all the world will want to do is just one thing, knowing God alone. That's all the world will be interested in. The non-Jews, the Jews. Right now, people want to know where there's a good movie, where there's a chance to make some money, maybe there's something, right? What's healthy, what's not healthy. What's a good thing to eat? What's a bad thing to eat? Right? Shots with coronas, with the masks, with this, that's bad. And what's good is it's hard to see what is good nowadays. If there's anything that's good, who knows? Climate control. Crazy things people think is good today. In the future, everybody's going to know really what's good. What's really good is to do what God wants. What is really bad is the things that God says is bad. Right, so it's good to do what God wants and to avoid what he doesn't want. That's what good is. It'll only be good. Therefore, because everybody's going to know God, and they're going to want to know more about God. So it won't be necessary to have Levi to inspire everyone and to teach them the ways of God, because everyone will know God. So therefore, Levi, he'll get a portion in the land. The whole land will be holy. Levi will get a portion in the land. The land won't be mundane like it is today. Therefore, it says the land will be divided into 13 tribes. In the future, and 13 indicates oneness. Why? Because 13 is the numerical value. Aleph, Chet, Daled is 1, 8, and 4, comes out to 13. 13 is the gematria of Echad. 13. So 13 tribes shows on the true oneness of God. The dividing the land in the future will be in a way that God himself will divide the land up. Like it says, Elu machlukatam nu'um Hashem. This is what God says. This is from this prophecy in Ezekiel. Shemizem, moving from this, is understood that also this division also comes in a way of unity. And therefore, like a human being, right? A human being is missing an arm, so he's not whole. He's got two legs, he's got an arm, he's got two eyes, he's got this. It's all these division, right? It's not division. What are you talking about? It's one person. He's missing an arm. It's not just he's missing, so listen, he's got all these other limbs and all these other arteries and veins and things. He has to have so many. He has to have an arm also. Come on, right? Be happy with what you've got. He says, good, I'm happy with what I got, but I'm not whole. When is a person whole? When he adds on another, adding on an arm, that's just adding diversity. That's not adding unity. He says, no, exactly the opposite. When this 13th tribe, then everything's going to be complete. That's going to be real oneness. The reason that there's division now is because there's not revelation of God. So Levi has to go around and explain to everybody what God is. But in the future, when everybody knows what God is, it says that the land will be divided, not like this world, not like the divisions in this world will be the divisions in the world to come. Nowadays, before Moshiach, a person has a field, a wheat field, or he has vineyards and things like that. Trees. If a person has fruits, grows trees, usually doesn't grow wheat, uses his land for one thing. In the future, it says every single Jew is going to have land on the mountain and the low places, and the high, there's going to be the wheat, and there's going to be fruits and everything, like it says, Shar Ruvain Echad, Shar Yehuda Echad, Shar Levi Echad. And God will divide it all up on his own. Okay, you'll have to look to see what exactly that means, but that's the general thing. This is all coming from this Gemara in Baba Batra. The explanation is like this. Nowadays, what do you have to divide up the land on the 13? What do we care? Why divide it up at all? It says in the future, it says, nowadays, the world is being refined, and that's the whole purpose of the Jewish people, is to refine the world. Like I said, the world is like, needs glasses, and the glasses need cleaning. The glasses, that's the Torah. The positive commandments, doing positive things. The cleaning, that's the negative commandment. What to get rid of. That's the job of the Levites. Is the world is, myopic or whatever you want to call it. You can't see, everything is fuzzy. They have all this. All their job is just make everybody see the truth. What's really going on, who they really are. But you have to have Levi. But in the future, when Moshiach gets the Jewish people together, then the world will be clarified. Then everything will be clear. Everyone will see it. Nowadays, when we have to purify the world by means of drawing down godliness into the world, therefore, it'll be, first of all, revealed in the world. In the future, it says there'll be a revelation of God, which will be so high and pure, a simple oneness of God. Right now, a person, when he sees, let's say he's got glasses and he can see, so that he can work, he can start to work. The same thing, that's the job of the Levites, just to clean everybody's glass, give everybody proper glasses, spiritual. In other words, take away the bad things from their personality, organize the person so they can start serving God. When he starts to serve God, then what? It draws down godliness into the world. But there's a higher level of godliness that comes not as a result of our work. It comes as a free gift. It has to come by me. We have to work first. It's like somebody, paints somebody's door in the house, right? You paint the guy's door, and usually he will give you $100, something. He gives you $5 million. He gives you the whole house. It says, nowadays we're serving God. We get small little rewards, whatever it is. But in the future, there's going to be a revelation of God, which is going to be the oneness of God, Achdus Peshuta, the simple oneness of God by means of the simple oneness of the Jewish people. Because all of them will be in the level of Levi. Like the Rambam even says, not only the tribe of Levi devotes himself to God and he is exempt from things of the world, but any human being that wants to devote himself totally to serving the creator of the universe, he becomes holy, holy of holies, and God is his portion forever. Just like the Kohanim and the Levim. That's what it's going to be in the future. Or in more detail, this is the difference between what it says, the prophecy of Isaiah, that it says that the world will be filled with a knowledge of God, like water fills the ocean. He says there's two aspects here. The world will be filled with the knowledge of God. That's step number one. Step number two will be like the water covers the ocean. That the world will be filled with the knowledge of God. This means that the world will be filled and permeated to know God. Oh no. Because of the godliness which is relevant to the world. Then there's a higher level of this, that the world will be filled with oneness, with godliness, which is totally above the world. A level of godliness which is totally above any connection to the world. As we'll discuss, God willing, tomorrow in tomorrow's class. We'll have a class tomorrow at 8:15. Shalom uvracha. Have a good day with Moshiach now.